So when we're sick and we feel bad, we usually go to the doctor when it's really bad and we just can't figure out how to cure ourselves on our own. So we go to the doctor and we sit in the waiting room, and then we get called into the doctor's office and he brings out his stethoscope and he listens to our heart and our lungs. And one of the things that you might experience when you are trying to go low carb is you're going to have the low carb flu. And it's not very fun. And you might think you have the flu and you're going to go to the doctor and you're saying, I feel awful. That is very common when you try to go low carb. And that's happened to me many, many times. I didn't realize I was going low carb when I would try some of the fad diets I was on in the past. And then when I look back on them and realize, oh yeah, they eliminated all kinds of foods. And it was actually the low carb flu that I felt at the beginning of that diet. Now in 2021, when I was losing the last part of my 80 pounds, I went low carb and I got the low carb flu, and I realized I didn't take it slow enough and it was not very fun. And you get those feelings of what the flu is like. You get the fatigue, you get the brain fog, you get headaches, you get stomach aches, all those things that can also happen if you have a flu. If you try to go low carb slowly and you slowly integrate more one ingredient foods and less high carb foods, it will make it a lot easier and you will not get that feeling of having the flu and that you've got to go to the doctor. There is, of course, the possibility that you have a real flu and you have a low carb flu at the same time, that those align, and so you do want to go to the doctor if you're actually experiencing it for a long chunk of time. If you go low carb in general and you go pretty quickly into it, I found those feelings would go away after about 2 or 3 days of going low carb, but they're really not fun and it might disrupt your work, it might disrupt your home life, and so I recommend taking it very slowly if you're going to go low carb. Now for me, I was trying to eliminate breakfast. That was where I ate most of my high carb foods. And so trying to slowly wean off breakfast helped me not have that feeling of having the flu. So instead of 2 pieces of toast, you just have 1 piece of toast. If you have 1 piece of toast one day, go for a couple days and then have half a piece of toast, or half a bagel, or half cinnamon bun, or half a donut, and then bring something else in. Or if you're starting like I did, and I had great success by completely eliminating breakfast, then just do it over several weeks and know that this is a long-term goal. This weight loss program is not a quick fix, and so realizing I don't have to rush into this low carb lifestyle, I don't have to rush into it. It's a gradual process, and I know it is stressful in some ways to go slowly because it makes it feel like it's going to extend the waiting time and it's going to extend how frustrating it is, but it actually makes it easier because it makes it sustainable. And so when you are trying to go the low carb, just take it slowly. Know that you're going to figure it out, and with lots and lots of practice every single day, you can practice this and you can learn, and then you're not going to have this low carb flu because it's not going to be rushing into it. And then you think, I'm going to solve my problem in this week and I'm going to learn how to do low carb in 1 week. No, it took months and months and months for me to figure it out. I'm actually still figuring it out, still figuring out which foods are low carb, which foods make me want to eat more of, which foods are okay because they aren't as high carb, and there's lots and lots of variables here. So just be aware if you feel awful, maybe it is because you've tried to go low carb too quickly and you've got the low carb flu. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video. And if you want to learn more about my course, I talk about the low carb flu in one of my modules in my course, and you can find out more at the end of this video. I created a course based on my losing 80 pounds, and I was able to keep the weight off after 40 years of doing something and then actually getting different results. So I wrote a book about it, and I wrote 2 workbooks, and now I have this course, and I can't wait to share everything that I learned that made it work, that made it stick, that made it not be another yo-yo diet. There's 12 modules, there's 36 lessons, a total of 45 videos. It's almost 12 hours of videos, and I have a 2.5-hour cooking class in the middle of the course, and then the 18 bonuses. And it's everything from charts, checklists, challenges, journals, schedules. And I'm really excited to share all of these with you because these are what makes it work. These are the practical things that after you've watched the course, and then it's like, what do I do? When you have all of these tools, these are practical things that are going to help you on that journey. And this journey could take 6 months, 12 months, a year and a half, 2 years, depending on how much weight you have to lose. So you need tools, you need things to help you on that journey. Thank you so much for watching this. So I hope to see you in the course.